Hello there. This is Cheryl Lentz, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, winging it on Wednesday. Sorry I'm a little bit late. A sandwich we ordered from Jimmy John's because they deliver usually super fast, and it came like 10 to 2. So I will finish it later. But anyhow, so that's my story. I'm sticking to it. It was very good though. And I didn't have to cook it, and I don't have to clean up. I just throw away a bag. So that's my kind of cooking. So today I decided that I would play with this Joyful Flurry. I had not opened it up yet, and actually it was one of the later ones I got. So I opened it up, and the dies are all kind of different and stuff. So I sort of played with that a little bit, and I thought we'd talk about that and look at that. And I do have a card that I made with it, pairing it up with some really cool, what do they call it? Snowflake, the specialty vellum. So so we will make a card. We're going to talk about the dies and look at it. If you're joining me, hello, Cindy. Welcome, welcome. If you're joining me now, if you're joining me later, let me know. Chat with me. If you're joining on YouTube, let me know. The numbers are climbing. It's just crazy. Remember, Cindy, when I was like trying to get to 300? And so I think we're at 817 or something like that. So it's terribly exciting. So let's turn. I'm like, I feel like I'm in the lab. I'm rubbing my hands together. That's so weird. Okay, let me turn the camera around. So if this bothers you, cover your eyes. I'm going to.
Could you say that again?
Oh, and now my watch is talking to me.
Hearing you.
Great, that's great. I'm not talking to you, Mr. Watch. Holy cow. Okay, here we go. Yeah, really. I was trying to get to 100, remember? And so I think I did my 100th video on the patio for Carter's wedding. So on the deck, we went to Arkansas for my grandson's wedding, the one who did my little tattoo. So, but that was 2 years ago. All right, so here's our mini catalog. So I'm going to play with, this is the stamp set and dies. I have the bundle. This is the one that goes with these fabulous, love these fabulous gems here. Ta-da. So sparkly. So sparkly. I love those. So, and then I paired it up with this. This does not give this justice at all, which is always the truth of it, right? Until you get it in your hands, it just doesn't show how great it is. Part of this is white flocked, and then they have the matching patterns that have an iridescent foil, and it's just beautiful. Let me show you that real quick here. So I cut some of it up already. So look at this iridescent. If you haven't seen it in person, ooh, it's like holograms. So they have this pattern, which I'm going to use today. And then here's the same pattern, but in flocked. So it's like fuzzy. It's fuzzy 3D. So they have that one pattern. And then they have the snowflakes. Well, that's what I think. When I see it, that's what I think of, like the snowflakes. And then that also comes in the flocked. Ta-da. So there we go. Hello, Cheryl. I know, it is absolutely beautiful. And when you see it in person, it's even prettier. So, and then this pattern. So there's 3 different patterns. Is this the same? Yeah, it is. So there you go. There's the patterns. So because it's vellum, I was looking at what to put behind it, right? So I wasn't sure. I tried some different things and I didn't really like it. I tried some different patterns and different things. What I ended up doing was this card here. I ended up putting like the gold or brass underneath it and then extending it through the edges. When I use gold, I then, in the inside, instead of using gold, I use soft suede. So I'm going to do this same card, but I'm going to do it in with the iridescent now. So this one is the flocked. And then I'm going to go over some of those, the dies, because see this die here? I think this should be higher. This die here is not really, I kind of cut it out wonky. And I'm not sure that it was really made. Hello, Robin. if it was really made for that. When I stand up, then I can see who's here. When I sit down, then I can't. Anyhow, so maybe before I make that, I should go over these dies. So these are all the dies that come with it. Very cool dies. There's 12 dies here. So some of them are obvious, right? They cut out, here I stamped it. So here is this one stamped. Oops, come on. Somehow I got this. Okay, yeah, this is right. So this is this one stamped, and then it has a die to cut it out. Okay, so there's one, and that's this one here. And then these two, let's see here. These two have cutouts. So one is kind of like crinkly little lines. So that cuts out that one. And then this one gets cut out with this die. Ta-da. And then you have these. So these little ones, of course, thank you for giving us 2 of them. That's these little tiny, I love these little tiny ones. And they gave us 2. So, oh, and then we have this little tiny one. So this cuts out this. So 3 of the ones, excuse me, 3 of the images that are stamped also have dies that can cut them out. Okay, you see that. 4 of them. I can't count. So there's 4 of them. And then there are these dies. So these, I was like, well, what do these do? So this one, this big one here, and all of them, they don't cut out around them. So it cuts out, and then it has these little pieces that you could kind of poke out. And then you could have something laying behind there. So can you see how that's just kind of poked out? All those little pieces can pop out, but they're, you know, stuck in there. So there's that one. And then here's the other ones. Whoopsie. Wait a minute. Now I dropped one of my samples here. There we go. So this one, same thing. That's this one here. So this is what it looks like when you run it through, and then you just poke that out. So this is this one right here, and it's the same thing. It just pokes out. So you don't, and you have all these little lines, and I don't know, can you see that? Yeah. All the little lines and stuff. Hello, Kay. It's kind of cool, but I was expecting them to get cut out. But I did do one of them. So this one here also just cuts out the lines, but it doesn't cut out completely. Well, I took this one. I guess I took this one. I took this one and used it on here. And that's how I came up with this. I had to cut some of it out, but you see it kept all those little inside pieces. Otherwise, you're looking at this where it's just poking out the edges of the snowflake. Okay, I on this one kept those pieces in there by using that die, and then I had to cut some off. So it was like, here's a close-up. So when you use it, you pull these little pieces off, and then you still have the end of your snowflake, right? And then I cut this, the little pieces that went around that edge, I cut that off. So then it stayed on there. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I did. So that I had that flower kind of left in there. I played with it until I thought it looked right. But, so kind of interesting. Anyhow. And then they have these 2 word dies, which I love that. So the other thing with this, so if they can't cut out completely, you'd either have it, you know, something like this where you're going to do something cool underneath, and then you have a place for your verse. But you could also, come on through, Malaya. She's under the desk now. You could also take, this is the stylish shapes, and cut that out, and then put it, you know, put it on something, use it. So what I'll do is the pieces here that I've played with, I will make something with for Friday and show you what I did with it all. So especially these, I think these are simple, right? You stamp it, you cut them out, they're easy. But these are a little bit more kind of fun, challenging. So that's what I want to kind of concentrate on for Friday's class, Friday's video. So there we go. So that's my story. Sticking to it. I think they're cool. And I always love when they have these little matching ones, because you're never going to do just one. You're always going to do more than that. So I'm going to use it on the card today, because I'm going to duplicate this card, but I'm going to do it in silver and the iridescent paper instead of the gold. So let's get started here and get all my little samples out of the way here. So here it is. I have all this good stuff. So here's the iridescent of that. And I just will put it on top of the silver, the brushed silver foil paper. I think it looks really cool with that. And then inside, I use the smoky slate for my layering, so that I have that in there. So how I'm going to attach this, and this is exactly how I attached it before on the other one with the flocked one, is that I tried to just go picking up my glue dots and just kind of putting it here and there where there was a pattern. It's kind of heavy. It has a little more body to it than a regular vellum because of the foil on it. So I think it should work well for kind of hiding these glue dots and laying flat is my, there we go, is my, what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's put this on. Ta-da. And let's see if I can get it kind of even here. Even Steven. Has to go over there a little bit more. Come on, behave for me. We're going to go with it. Okay, so there we go. Got the base. Now, I am going to cut out these little, I'll bring my Mighty Mini over here. Well, let's stamp this here, and then I'll do all of it at once. I'm going to stamp the same verse and everything. It's a season of magic and wonder. Love the fonts. I think they're fun. So I thought it would be cool just to do like the same card, one in silver and gold. We're going back to that silver and gold song. Okay, let's put that over there. And then we're just going to cut things out. So here's my Mighty Mini. Plate number 1, plate number 2, and another plate number 2. We can do this one first. And that's this big diagonal one. It's sort of like a, and all, what I'm looking at is trying to get it straight at the top here. Hopefully it stays that way. There. Okay. And then just run it through. It's like dominoes over here. I just knocked over all the stamps that I had sitting up. That's okay. All right. Now I'm going to do my little snowflakes. So I have this one here. Here's my dies. So here's my 2 little baby ones. Put those on. Need 2 of them. And then this one. Hopefully this is wide enough, just barely. Okay. This one's the one that I'm going to overlay it with another die after this is cut out. So let's see if it works a second time. It's harder on this cushion. Okay, there we go. Whoops, there's my little ones. They go flying off. I love that. Look at how just, you don't have to fight with it. They just come flying out. I'm going to put them over here. Okay, so here's our little problem child, because I want that cut out. So I took this die here and I just put the higher points around the edges here, like that. There we go. Let's try it again and hope that it works. It worked the first time. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just experimenting. So here it is. Okay. And then I have to do a little surgery on it. So here's my little pieces. So these little pieces I just pulled off. And then I pulled this down a little bit because there's a little, like leftovers. There's leftovers behind there. See that leftover right there? We're going to cut those off. We're going to cut the leftovers off. Pull off the top part. There we go. And then cut off the leftovers. And then we're going to leave this. So I'm pulling these diamond pieces kind of down just so I can sneak in there and cut off the pieces, the leftover pieces. Ta-da. Just like that. So I don't know if this was made to do this. This is kind of fussy. So I would say probably not, but you know, it looks good. It looks good when it's done. So I'm going to just go with it. It's just that it's a little fussier than, you know, just normal stuff. But they're beautiful. And I didn't want one of the big snowflakes. So there we go. Pull that off of there. Come on. There we go. One more. I had one more left here. I have to pull the pieces off. Cut the little extras off. All right. There. I'm just happy when I don't cut my finger. Okay. There we go. So here it is. Ta-da. So that looks cool. I think that looks good. All right. So here's our piece here. Let me get my paper over here. So what I did was I just took this piece and popped it up on dimensionals. There we go. I have to stop saying that. I listen back to the videos once in a while and I try to find what I repetitively say. And I know we've all, like, it's okay that I say ta-da, because that's what I do. But sometimes I say some of the other things too much. It makes me crazy. Okay, so this one I want to put up on a dimensional. So you can use your regular size behind here. And it just holds it down. I put it right in the middle because I want to snug this up around the words here. And I can go to the edge. And then these two, I took my glue dots and, here it is. And I folded them up and put them in the center of these. So let's turn these babies over. There we go. So I fold my glue dots sometimes, just like I'm like doing a little cooking. Kind of fold them around, put it right in the center. So it kind of gives it an elevated look too, because it's too tiny for even the minis. But this works. It keeps it on here and it stays hidden. So I'm going to put this one right. That just happened to work kind of cool right there. Now, this can go on our base. Here we go. It's okay, Malaya. The dog is dreaming. Okay. Sometimes she wags her tail and is happy, and sometimes she growls. And sometimes she runs. She's just growling now, so come on. Here we go. Glue. I have this, I did put this on heavy white stock, the thick cardstock. So it's 11 by 4 1/4 scored at 5 1/2. I thought it gave it a little more body. Okay, now on this one, I used elegant faceted gems. So you can see those sparkly, sparkly, and they look kind of pinkish, but they look really nice on the foil, I thought. But for this one, I thought that I would use these pearls. So this is red and green adhesive black pearls, and they have gold. It says red and green, but there's gold in there too. So, and I think they're beautiful. I thought I had some out here, but I couldn't find mine. So guess what? I get another pack, all for me. Let's see here. All right. So there's the red, ta-da, red, green, and then it's silver and gold, silver and gold. So we'll go with the silver, and I'm going to put it right in the center here of our little snowflake. So you get a little bit of a 3D look here, a little more texture. These are beautiful. I like that they're tiny. Okay, so there's that. And then the inside, I put a verse in here. I have my layers here. Smoky slate. And I put sending you all the best this year. I used these two because I thought the fonts went like they look like they should go together. The fonts are the same. All right, now the goal is, and I'm sorry, I had my head right in the camera last Tuesday. Oh boy, that's not straight. See, that's why I have my head in the camera. That's okay. Let's try it again. Let's stand up a little bit here. See if I can get it a little straighter. Let's see if it's straight on the block. Yep. It's straight on the block. So if the block is straight, it should go on straight. That's good. Okay. And then I took three of these the little mini snowflakes, and I just added those in here. Ta-da. So much fun. This is a really cool set, but I think it pairs up well with the specialty vellum paper. It's really pretty. There we go. Okay. Ta-da. So they're both on white. One is silver paired up with smoky slate, and one is gold paired up with soft suede. There we go. There. Ta-da. What do you think? I mean, I think they both have a lot of, they're just fun. But this is kind of a fun thing to leave that in. It gives you a little more to hold on to. Anyhow, so there we go. All right. I am going to turn the camera around. Here we go. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it, Cheryl. Let's see how, is it, then you can see kind of a little bit more of the, yeah. Yeah, well, the nice thing is that you get both of the iridescent and the flocked, so you can mix and match. Excuse me, I have a tickle. You can mix and match and do them both. So, lots of fun. So, thank you for joining me. I hope you liked this little, I had fun playing with it, and I'll have fun on Friday. I'll show you some more things with both of it. Excuse me, with the paper and with the stamp set. And with those dies that are a little bit different. So, thank you for joining me. Y'all have a great night. Have a great couple of nights. And I will see you on Friday at 2 o'clock. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.